For our last video of the day, we're going to talk about how we can use the distributive property to combine like terms. And like terms are those terms that have same variables with the same exponents. That's going to be very big as far as this video goes. Now, some of you might be able to look at this and say, well, I know that that's 10x squared. Great. If you don't, this is how the distributive property works for this. Since they both contain an x squared, we can pull that outside. And they both contain an x squared. And then what's left is 8 plus 2. And if you think about it, if we would distribute that x squared, we would have 8x squared plus 2x squared. So then what we can do then is take what's inside the parentheses and simplify it. 8 plus 2, as you all know, is 10x squared for combining the like terms. So in combining these like terms, we want to make sure they have the same variables with the same exponent. For example, in B, we see that 5x and 3x are like terms. They both have x. They both have an exponent of 1 on those x's. Now, so to combine those terms, we take 5x and minus, be careful of that sign, minus that 3x. So 5 minus 3 is 2, so we're left with 2x. With the 6y, there is no like term with that. And then lastly, we have this negative 3 and this 4, which are like terms because they don't have any variables. They are what we call constants. So when we combine those, we have negative 3 plus 4, which is a positive 1. And that is the simplified form of that expression once we combine the like terms using the distributive property by combining the coefficients. Now, in example C, you'll notice that this one, the second y, does not have a coefficient on it. So we're going to take 3, but we're going to subtract what from that? Well, if we look at the distributive property with this, since they both have a y, we're going to set that outside. And then we're going to think about what do we multiply that y by to end up with 3y? Well, 3. 3 times y is 3y. What do we multiply y by to get negative y? Well, the answer, if we multiply y by negative 1, we get negative y. So that's what we multiply by. So now we see what that coefficient in front of that y should be. If there isn't one, we can put a 1 there. Okay, and then we combine 3 minus 1, of course, is 2. So that simplifies to 2y. Now in D, we start throwing more than one variable in there. And you'll notice that they both have m to the first and n to the fourth. So they are like terms. So then all we need to do is we got negative 7 minus 5, which is negative 12. And then we keep the mn to the fourth. That's it. If you want to take a quick look with the distributive property, if we set that mn to the fourth outside, then we've got negative 7 minus 5 inside. So then we have, that's how we get the negative 12mn to the fourth. Okay. Once again, in this one, we want to find those. If you'll notice, this one and this one, they have the same variables. They both have y and z, but the y has a 3 for an exponent, z has a 1 here. Here they're reversed. Here z has 3, y has 1. So they are not like terms. But this one is a like term in the 7y cubed because the y has a 3, z has a 1. So same variables, same exponents. No coefficient here means we can put a 1 there. So 7 plus 1 is 8. Y cubed z And then we still have this term minus 6yz cubed. And finally, the last one. This one actually has no like terms because the x's all have different exponents. So therefore, none of them are like terms. The reason this one, negative 2x and xy, aren't like terms is because the y and the x are, this one has a y, this one does not. So f is already simplified. And that is the end of the videos for today.